Hey guys, so my name is Cree, and I'm making this video for my YouTube channel, FreeForm Thoughts, and it's pretty much going to be me and a few other people having discussions on some topics, current events, and things of that sort, but the basis of all of these discussions is going to be grounded in free-form thoughts, and that's thoughts that is free from society's standards, society's expectations, society's pressures. It's the thoughts that come up within us about the things that we see. So this first video is going to be on why the government don't give a fuck about us. It's pretty obvious. I feel like for the most part, people of the black community, they know that the government don't give a fuck about us. But when I say us, I don't mean just the melanated people. I mean all people. So I'll go through some examples of the things that I see that shows that the government don't give a fuck about us. And then I'll also go over some facts of what I know to prove that the government don't give a fuck about us. By us, the people, because this government that is in place is a faux government. It's actually the United States corporation, and it's for the corporations. It's not for the Americans, the people that we are. If it was, things would be a lot different. The government will be making righteous decisions because that's why the government was created, by the people, to make righteous decisions for the betterment of the people. And by righteous, the definition of righteous is, morally correct or justifiable. So here's some examples of proof to me that the government doesn't give a fuck about us. Let's talk about hunger among children. So in America, first world country, children struggle with hunger 1 in 5, and that number is moving to 1 in 4. But right now, it's 1 in 5 kids struggling with hunger, struggling to feed themselves in this first world country, the leader of the nation. We have 1 in 5 kids struggling with hunger. And instead of our government on all levels, because my critique of the government is all levels of the government. It's not for us, it's for the corporation. But instead of the government passing legislation to eradicate hunger or to help those kids and those families struggling with hunger, instead there's reports and articles showing that at least 500,000 students that used to receive free lunch are no longer receiving free lunch. So how is that morally right or justifiable when you know that children are struggling with hunger in America, and the answer to combat that is to cut free lunches of the students that do get free lunch? That seems to be the opposite thing of what the government should be doing. And in fact, how much we pay in taxes, school lunch for all students should be free. I mean, we've seen that crap. That is bull crap. It should be free considering how much taxes they take out of people's checks, y'all. When I had a $60,000 salary, I paid $15,000 in taxes. $15,000 just for me in taxes. So imagine all these other tax paying people. Like, school lunch should be free, but instead of making it free, they're defunding it even more. So now more and more children are going to struggle with hunger. The government don't care. They don't care. Let's talk about homelessness. Homelessness is at an all-time high, and it's constantly increasing. And instead of the government funding more homeless shelters or more programs to help these people, what they do is they invest money in tactics to get the homeless people out of the affluent neighborhoods that they don't want to see them in because it's an eyesore. Like, they invest money to put benches or bars across the benches so homeless people can't lay comfortably on a bench at night. So they'll spend money to fund that, but they won't invest into more homeless shelters or something that can help with homelessness. Instead, they do the exact opposite of what they need to do. It's obvious. This government don't care about us. They care about the corporations. They care about money. They care about moving the homeless people out of the fancy neighborhoods because it's an eyesore for the folks that are going there spending the money. So instead of fixing homelessness, they're going to do what they can do to kick the homeless people out of certain neighborhoods. What about vaccinations? That's a big topic. So the government is trying to push these mandatory vaccinations, which I am extremely against. But they're doing this campaign, Healthy People 2020, where they want all Americans to be vaccinated by 2020. But here's my thing: you cannot convince me that you care about the health of the people when homelessness is at an all-time high. Children is struggling with hunger. So you're going to take people off the streets to bring them in your clinic so you can vaccinate them, and they don't know where their next meal is coming from, but you care about their health. It doesn't make sense. You also cannot convince me that you care about the health of the people when people are dying every day because they can't afford the health care they need to live. They can't afford the insulin for their diabetes. They can't afford chemo for their cancer. Biomedicine, Western biomedicine is so expensive that people are dying because they can't buy something as cheap as insulin to live. So no, this government cannot convince me that you care about the health of the people, and you definitely cannot convince me to want to stick anything in my arm that y'all are pushing. You don't care about the health of the people. So this Healthy People 2020 is total bullshit. So yeah, I think that everyone putting so much energy into this government, into these elections, is you're wasting your time. The government is not for the people, okay? The United States is a corporation, and it's about the corporations. It's not about the people. So y'all can waste y'all time debating on which candidate to vote for because they're all have some black agenda of how they're going to make our lives better. But we done been through this plenty of times. No matter who's in office, the conditions of the melanated people do not get better. In fact, they get worse, no matter who's in office. Everyone went out to vote for Obama, the first black president, thinking things were going to change, and conditions for black people did not get better. They didn't. And I know some people say, well, it's because, it was a House full of Republicans. It was a Senate full of Republicans. There was no one on his side. He had to fight. Bye-bye. He couldn't get anything passed. Bullshit. Trump is in office now. The Republicans don't like him. The Democrats don't like him. They all want him impeached. But yet he's passing executive orders every fucking day. He's getting things done every day. So the excuses y'all make for Obama is bullshit. None of these presidents, none of these politicians are for us. If they were for the betterment of the people, especially the melanated people, they wouldn't even be on the ballot. So y'all can waste y'all time with that stuff if you want, but I really just want y'all to wake up and stop relying on this government to change our conditions, and to come together and unite and put our resources together so we can change our own conditions. Because you keep waiting for this government, someone else, you're going to be waiting for forever. Alright, hi guys. So if you made it this far into the video, I'd like to thank you for watching. And as sort of an outro, I'd like to remind you of the purpose of this channel. Freeform Thoughts is to have stimulating conversations about things that is happening around us, based off of our freeform thoughts. So free from society standards and pressures. So with that being said, if you have anything you would like to add, anything you would like to dispute, or if you want us to expand on anything, please comment, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.